Good afternoon. This is Plain Jane in my own living room here in rural Virginia. Now, this is not about coronavirus. Hi, Margot. In the fall of 2016, there was only faint talk that I recall of Russia's influence on our election. They always try to influence our election. Who cares? What a big deal. I mean, it wasn't really a big deal. It always happens, and we try to influence theirs too. Now, I'm going to introduce you to two people who wrote a book that I'm going to cover here a little bit. The first one is Jonathan Allen, and he covers politics for NBC News. And he was the Washington bureau chief for Bloomberg, and also the White House bureau chief for Politico. All right. His co-author was Amy Parnes, and she's a former journalist for Politico again, and White House correspondent for The Hill. Well, the two of them have been fascinated with Hillary Rodham Clinton, and they wrote two books about her. The first one was HRC, State Secrets and the Rebirth of Hillary Clinton, about how she came back to prominence after losing to Obama in 2008. The other one is the book that I'm going to be talking about here, Shattered, an insider account by two people that were trusted by the Clinton campaign, and they agreed not to publish the book until after the election. Okay, they both assumed that she would win, as I did. What a shock. Their expectations were shattered. No victory party in the Javits Center in New York City, with the glass ceiling shattering symbolically to show that a woman had pushed up through. Something I wouldn't mind seeing. When I got to school the next day, there were small groups like tittering in the hallway. Pss, 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 pss. Yeah. And I couldn't tell what they were saying. They didn't know how I had voted, and I didn't know how they had voted. Okay, one classroom of fourth grade teachers I walked by looked thrilled. They were making a lot of good noise. Okay, now this book, Shattered. I've written on the inside flap so that anybody who picks up this book will read page 395. I hope I have it marked here. All right. Yes, I do. It says that Hillary declined to take responsibility for her own loss after the election. She's not being particularly self-reflective, said one longtime ally who was on calls with her shortly after the election. Instead, Hillary kept pointing her finger at Comey and Russia. Russia. She wants to make sure that all these narratives get spun the right way, this person said. That strategy had been set within 24 hours of her concession speech. Remember, this is almost 4 years ago. Mook and Podesta, Robbie Mook and John Podesta, assembled her communications team at the Brooklyn headquarters to engineer the case that the election wasn't entirely on the up and up. For a couple of hours, with Shake Shack containers littering the room, they went over the script that they would pitch to the press and to the public. Already, Russian hacking was the centerpiece of the argument. Now, it didn't take long after that for it to get to my Facebook page and to all the media outlets that I regularly check.
Larry?
And the chant began, wasn't a whisper anymore. Now it was loud and clear, as it would be if it were propaganda. Trump-Russia collusion. Russia.
Sorry to hear about your
Trump is Putin's blankety blank. Ask Stephen Colbert what that one was, because I'm not going to say.
She's in a better place.
The election was illegitimate. Remember that, people. They said so. They even said so. So, of course, it's true. Now, one question I have about this is, where was all this talk before the election? The Democrats had the White House and all the influence that would have gotten them that information before the election. Where was the talk then? Before you unfriend me on Facebook, please like, share, and subscribe. That will help me with YouTube. Bye-bye. Bye, Margot.